I call this meeting to order at 7 o'clock. If you're able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Johnson.
Here.
Kelly.
Here.
Mikulski.
Here.
Polika.
Here.
Leaks May.
Here. Approval of the agenda.
Mayor, I would like to approve the agenda with the removal of 7F.
Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. All right. We will first start off with the presentation. The presentation is recognizing the service of Deputy Chief David Spellman's career and retirement. Chief, take it away.
Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. It's a little bittersweet coming to you today, recognizing a career that spans, 29 years. Before I read the resolution, I want to take a minute and speak from the heart and say it's a hard day. Worked side by side with Dave for that entire period, not to mention playing high school baseball together at Ferndale High School. So knowing somebody that long and being so close for so long, it's hard to say goodbye, but I couldn't be happier for Dave and his family. And I'm excited for the next step that they're taking in their life. So with that, on August 12th, 2025, Deputy Chief David Spellman will retire from the Ferndale Police Department after 29 years of dedicated service to the community and the city of Ferndale. David Spellman grew up in Oak Park and attended Ferndale schools, graduating from Ferndale High School in 1993. After graduation, Dave enlisted in the United States Marine Corps Reserves and served as combat engineer. In March of 1996, Dave joined the Ferndale Police Department as a service aide. He was hired as a police officer in August of 1997 and attended the Macomb Police Academy. Dave would go on to earn an associate's degree from Oakland Community College, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Ferris State University, and a master's degree in technology studies from Eastern Michigan University. Dave was a highly decorated police officer, receiving the Police Officer of the Year award in 2009, recognized as one of the finest officers in the department. He served as an undercover narcotics detective, a field training officer, and an evidence technician for many years. Dave was also a founding member of the Ferndale Police Honor Guard, serving as a team commander for the past 6 years. In 2015, Dave was promoted to sergeant. Over the next 9 years, David held the positions of sergeant, patrol lieutenant, detective lieutenant, captain, and deputy chief. Well respected as a leader throughout the law enforcement community, Dave also served as an active shooter instructor and mobile field force commander for Oak Tech. Always thorough and detail-oriented, he had a reputation for being tough but fair. However, he understood the importance of recognizing effort and praising a job well done. Therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Raylon Leaks May, on behalf of the Ferndale City Council, extends the city's congratulations to Deputy Chief David Spellman on the occasion of his retirement. David Spellman is a credit to this community, the police department, and the city government. And it is with this heartfelt appreciation that we celebrate his achievement. Congratulations, David.
Chief, we want to also give you this.
Thank you, Chief. I'm going to try and make it through this without crying. I just want to thank the city of Ferndale for giving me such an amazing career that's provided a wonderful life for my family and me. I also want to thank my coworkers, all of them that I've had throughout the years, throughout the various departments of the city. I've made some great friends, and we've made some great memories together, and I'll always cherish those stories for the rest of my life. And then I want to thank Chief Emmy for his leadership and his friendship. It's been an honor to serve our hometown together. We met in high school when, at the end of a baseball practice, it was raining, and he drove me home in his Buick Skylark with the red interior. Still remember that. And I feel like we've been riding shotgun together ever since. So thank you for everything you've done for me. And then finally, I want to thank my family, my beautiful wife, my 3 daughters, my brother and my sister, and my nieces and nephews for all their love and support. I couldn't have done this job for this long without them. And we are truly grateful to the city of Ferndale for everything you've done for us, everything you've given us. And we wish all of you the best. Thank you.
We're all going.
Well, all of us?
I know how much you like pictures, Rick.
Thank you, Mayor Council. I didn't know if I was going to get through that, but with your help, we made it. Thank you.
All right. It came quick, but we are at call to audience. For call to audience, open up the podium for individuals to come to the podium to speak. You have 3 minutes to state your name and your address if you wish for your address. Otherwise, you can just sign up for your address on the back of that table back there. But 3 minutes to speak on anything on or off the agenda. And I'm opening up call to audience at 7:11. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jill Griffin, and I'm calling about the vacant house ordinance sheet that I received. And
Will you pull the,
I've been,
Just talk.
okay.
there you go.
I'm Jill Griffin at 394 Pearson Street, and I'm calling about the vacant house ordinance letter that I received. And Kathy is speaking for me, if that is all right.
Jill received a letter stating that her home was listed as vacant and will incur various penalties. She has owned that house for the last 12 years, and it's been a family home for 80 years, and she's lived there for 71 years. At this time, the property is used as a secondary residence where Jill maintains personal belongings, furnishings, and stays on a recurring basis. She's there at least 3 times a week, receives mail and packages there. The home is actively maintained, including all utilities, the grass is being cut every 2 weeks, and the snow is shoveled and salted as needed. She has supporting documents to verify use and presence at the home, such as driver's license, voter and car registration, homeowners and car insurance, bank statements, tax documents. These were taken to the city offices but were refused to be looked at by the clerk. Jill's understanding was that this documents would be what would be needed to unclassify the house as vacant. The clerk said they would leave a message for the director to call Jill and that she was only to correspond with him. They also picked up a copy of the ordinance. Director Caruso called her on July 14th and said there was 3 reasons her home was listed as vacant. Not her primary house, low water usage, and the neighbor reported not seeing her. This is untrue as she goes there regularly, and I've been there and saw her there. On July 17th, Jill went to the city offices to talk to Director Caruso and to show him the documents, and he refused to look at them as well. Jill showed him that she signed with a realty company and it might be spring or summer to get everything ready in order to sell it. He said he would give her 30 days and maybe address it again then. Jill asked if it would make a difference if it was her primary home, and he said if it was changed, she would have to call him every night and he would come by and check and see if she was there. 24/7, she had to be there. Then after 6 months, he would let it go. Jill felt very uneasy, and I can't believe that the director would even say something like that. She was very uncomfortable, and she would be very uncomfortable as a woman with a man coming to her house every night. And she feels like it's intimidation, stalking, and a little bit of a harassment. They asked Dr. Caruso if there was anywhere in the ordinance that said how much water you had to use or how long you had to be in the house, and he said no, nothing in any of them. The director said the neighbor reported not seeing Jill. He asked who, and they said there was no record. It must have been a random call. They asked if there was a report made, did someone come check it out? And he said no, no record. If there's no record of a call or response, did it even happen? They can't provide any documentation. If not, then why is this even an issue? The property is not vacant. Jill maintains regular use and care of it as a secondary residence, and therefore she would like her home taken off the vacant list and go back to being her secondary residence that she visits on a frequent, regular basis. And all her documents say she lives there. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. My name is Roseanne Freed. I live at 250 Allen. I wanted to speak tonight about a federal program called 287G. 287G, and I'm drawing this information from a group called Immigrant Legal Resource Center. 287G is a program under the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency that lets state and local agencies act as immigration enforcement agents. Under 287G, ICE forms an agreement with state or local law enforcement, which delegates specific immigration enforcement authority to officers within the local agency. Those videos we often see online or the news where local police officers are there alongside ICE, grabbing people off the street, well, that's often the result of 287G contracts. 287G is designed to extend the reach of the Trump deportation machine by getting localities to do ICE's work at their own expense. That's right, local municipalities, not the federal government, pays for the time its employees and officers are engaged in ICE's business. But funding is the least of 827G's problems. 827G agreements lead to racial profiling, civil rights violations, isolation of immigrant communities, and family separations. When local officials are working with ICE, police stop and harass residents at increased rates, while immigrants withdraw from their communities, avoid businesses that require them to give their personal information, and decline to participate in public events where law enforcement may be present. In Southeast Michigan, here, the Taylor Police Department, the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, Jackson and Genesee County Sheriffs have all signed on to 287G agreements. In 287G jurisdictions such as those, ending these contracts is an essential first step to disentangling local law enforcement from ICE. And here in Ferndale, we should never consider signing an agreement with ICE that violates our city's vision, which embraces the richness of diversity where residents flourish in a safe and welcoming environment. Thank you.
Hello, Christopher Hall, 1845 Syme Street. I want to talk about an incident that happened this past weekend. First, I would like to thank DPW Director James Jameson and his team, who spent a considerable amount of time at Martin Park cleaning up the aftermath of a recent event. I also want to thank Parks and Rec Director Lorena Reeler, as well as the rental program specialist Taylor Ferda, who reached out to me yesterday to discuss this matter. Their responsiveness and commitment to our parks is definitely greatly appreciated. On the morning of August 10th, I arrived at Martin Road Park and found the picnic area near the playground severely littered following an event held the previous day. Plates of strawberries, 7-Eleven drink cups, an abandoned karaoke machine, balloons, and other party materials were scattered across the picnic tables and surrounding grounds. Decorations were made tied to trees. Trash was swarmed and well beyond the immediate picnic area. The incident was highly visible and has already been widely discussed on local community forums, underscoring the concern shared by me and the residents, and yeah, it was me who posted it. This is not an isolated issue. There has been several incidents involving someone leaving diabetic needles on the sidewalk, creating a serious safety hazard. I had someone knock on my door in regards to seeing someone pouring hot coal out of the barbecue and right next to the splash pad. And as you all know, children, dogs, and people are just walking around. They could easily get burned and hurt. Additionally, there has an electrical grill was used on the park bench and actually caught fire. And again, someone sitting on one of the benches snapped it in half because of, them not, being mindful of our parks. Clothing items have been left behind on the basketball courts and creating both a visual blight and a potential tripping hazard. It is important to note that Martin Road Park has benefited from substantial grant funding and community investment to make it an outstanding destination for our residents and visitors. These funds have supported upgrades, amenities, and programs that enhances the park's value to the city, allowing repeated incidents of neglect and damage and unsafe behavior risk, undermining the investment and diminishing the park's reputation. I also had someone before I came here come knocking on my door in regards to the parking situation as well. It looks like no one's actually using the parking lot, and they're literally parking on the Orchard Street, which is causing a little bit of traffic concerns. It's now becoming a one-way, and bicyclists cannot bike in the street as well, and some residents can't even back out of their driveways, unfortunately. So I told them I'll bring it up here to discuss it, and I'm out of time, so I'll be respectful of that. But yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Good evening, Council. Just want to remind everybody that this weekend is the 30th year of the Woodward Dream Cruise, presented by Ford Motor Company here in Ferndale. This is a family fun automotive event featuring Mustang Alley, Bronco Corral, Ferndale Emergency Vehicle Show, the Lights and Sirens Cruise Parade, the Rockin' Live Entertainment Stage, and the official Woodward Dream Cruise ribbon cutting ceremony. Exciting guests for this year's ribbon cutting ceremony, which takes place at 5 p.m. sharp on Friday, August 15th, will be the mayor, of course, Raylon Leaks May, Carolyn Clifford from WXYZ TV, Channel 7, Michael Bouchard, Oakland County Sheriff, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson, Haley Stevens, U.S. Representative, Joanne, Ben, and Jason, WOMC 104.3 FM Morning Show, Martha Reeves of Martha and the Vandellas, Alyssa Slotkin, U.S. Senator for the state of Michigan. And immediately after that will be the Lights and Sirens Parade, which starts here at East 9 Mile and Woodward, goes up to 11 Mile and back. And then once they return, Martha Reeves will be doing a meet and greet right there at East 9 Mile and Woodward. And I just want to also share that during this, all these other fun things, we will also have Kids Play Zone. We will also have merchandise for the official Dream Cruise available for sale, and then we'll have a food court and merchant vendor tents. So come out and have fun, and make sure you put tanning lotion on and wear a baseball cap. Make sure you don't get burned, and just remember to be nice and courteous to each and every one of all those who are around you, because it's going to be a lot of people. So most important thing is just to have a good time and celebrate all things automotive. Thank you.
Any more for a call to audience? Closing call to audience at 7:22. And we're going to move on to the consent agenda as we have no public hearing tonight. Item 7A, approval of the July 28 meeting minutes. 7B, approval of the resolution recognizing Deputy Chief David Spellman's career and retirement. 7C, approval of the resolution honoring the life of Tom Staton. 7D, approval of the listed appointments and reappointments to the city boards and commissions. 7E, adoption of the resolution to schedule a public hearing to consider action to vacate the alley between Breckenridge Street and Rosewood Street, adjacent to lots 29 and 30, Block 8, plat of East Urban Rest subdivision for the September 8th, 2025 council meeting. 7F, approval of the Land and Water Conservation Fund Development Project Agreement with the Department of Natural Resources for the Harding Park Inline Skating Rink Replacement Project. 7G, approval to backfill the CED, Community and Economic Development Director position. 7H, approval for the Ferndale Police Department to auction and dispose of lost and abandoned property via property room in accordance with local ordinance listed and state law listed. 7G, approval to repair 2 light-duty trucks for the DPW from Les Stanford Ford in the amount of $12,750. Make sure I got this right. That was 7I, wasn't it?
Yes. Okay.
7J, approval of purchase for aerial board from Brown Equipment Company in the amount of $6,514.29. 7K, approval of the additional service request from Newman Smith Architecture for Martin Road Park Outdoor Recreation Support Facility projects in the amount of $15,000. 7L, approval to repair pumper truck from the R&R Fire Truck Repair, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $12,500. 7M, Approval of bills and payrolls as submitted by the Finance Director and subject to review by the Council Finance Committee.
Madam Mayor, I move we approve the consent agenda as presented and as amended.
Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Joel? Any opposed? I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize and read the resolution honoring the life of Tom Staten. Before I read the resolution, I would like to just read off some acknowledgements that were sent to me regarding this individual. And of course, his family is in the audience also here. Born May 21st, 1957 at Florence Crittenden Hospital in Detroit, Michigan, fourth son of Reverend Chester Max Staten and Odessa Staten, came from a legacy of ministers and a deeply rooted spiritual family, helped physically build the Church of God alongside his father, hammering nails, raising walls, and laying the foundation for generations of worshipers. Baptized and accepted Christ at a young age, setting the stage for a lifelong walk of faith. Known for his effervescent smile and ability to light up every room he entered, described as a Renaissance man, courageous, athletic, intelligent, and deeply compassionate. Graduated from Ferndale High School in 1975. Recipient of the John F. Kennedy Award, bestowed annually to one graduating senior, now two, by the way, I have seniors, who excels in academics, athletics, and service. Played a key role in negotiating peace between Black and white students during the high school racial tensions, fostering unity during a time of unrest. All-state 1973, 74, 75 in basketball. Received an athletic scholarship to the University of Michigan. Four-year letterman, captain of the men's basketball team, and academic All-American. Member of the Michigama, thank you, a prestigious senior honor society at the University of Michigan. Served 25 years at DTE before launching a successful consulting career. Advised major utilities, the big three automotive companies, healthcare systems, and even government of Bermuda. Reached over 35,000 youth through motivational speaking, focusing on vision, purpose, and action. Coach of the Year in his first year of coaching high school basketball. Tom served as treasurer of the township from 1988 to 1990. Coached basketball at Ferndale High School, AAU, and PAL, instilling values of discipline, teamwork, and self-belief. Known as a dynamic motivational speaker and minister with the ability to move and uplift any audience. Actively involved in the Paint the Town and the NAACP, demonstrating civic and community leadership. A pillar in the community, mentoring, guiding, and advocating for countless individuals and family. Married his high school sweetheart and soulmate Wanda in a bond defined by love, faith, and shared purposes. Father to Thomas Amari Staten, with whom he shared a deep, loving relationship as both dad and coach of basketball and baseball. Made every member of his extended family feel seen, valued, and supported. Lifetime member of NAACP, a featured speaker for the Detroit Pistons, speaking to over 35,000 kids, motivating and encouraging them. And now I'll read the resolution before I present it to the family. On behalf of the Ferndale City Council, Mayor Raylon Leaks May extends the City of Ferndale's condolences to the family of Tom Staten. Thomas Staten, known to many as a Renaissance man for his courage, athleticism, intelligence, and compassion, and advocacy, was a pillar in the Ferndale community. He graduated from Ferndale High School in 1975 and received the John F. Kennedy Award, bestowed annually to one graduating senior who excels in academics, athletics, and service. Following the award, he received an athletic scholarship to the University of Michigan. He later returned to coach basketball at Ferndale High School, where he guided the Eagles to a conference title. He served at DTE for 25 years before launching a successful consulting and advisory career. His vision, purpose, and action motivated thousands of people. He lit up every room he entered and is loved by so many. Tom is survived by his wife, Wanda Staten, and his son, Thomas Amari Staten. We give our condolences to the family, and I'd like to present you with this resolution.
So, Mayor Raylan and council members, I just want to say on behalf of my family, the Staten family, myself, my son, and extended members of our family, we truly appreciate this honor. Tom, growing up in Royal Oak Township and going to Ferndale High School, we were very proud to be Eagles. We love Ferndale, the Ferndale community. Tom went on to coach later after, graduating and doing many different things. He went on to coach at Ferndale, and we were true Eagles, and we loved being a part of the Ferndale community and just helping and, helping the young people at Ferndale to be the best they could in athletics and as well as academics. And we just really appreciate this opportunity and this recognition, and feel very honored and blessed that you guys took the time to present it. So thank you very much on behalf of my family and on behalf of the Scott family, the Staten family, because I actually am a Ferndale graduate myself. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. We are moving on to our regular agenda. Item 8A, approval of the storm drainage facility maintenance easement agreement for 141 Vester. I believe our Community and Economic Director, Roger Crusoe, is presenting.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
As the Mayor stated, this is the request for approval of a storm drainage facility maintenance easement agreement for 141 Vester. To accommodate this development, the property owner must complete a storm drainage facility maintenance agreement. This agreement requires the property owner to construct and connect to the city's storm drainage system. The agreement also requires them to preserve, maintain, and repair their facilities, and establishes a regular and systematic program of maintenance. So this is simply just completing the loop from their land use application, since they recently received a building permit. That's the request.
All right. Went through that so quickly, I didn't even.
It's a very quick item.
Right, all right. All right. I'll open it up to council for discussion at 7:33, if there's any. And if there's no discussion, I'll open it up for a motion.
I will make a motion to approve the storm drainage facility maintenance easement agreement as part of the 141 Vester project as submitted by the Community and Economic Development Department.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Motion is approved. Right. Item 8B, consideration of bid award for pavement marking program for PK Contracting LLC in the amount of $152,496.25. DPW Director, Jim Jameson.
Evening, Mayor and Council. Mine should be quick too, maybe not that quick.
Okay.
Okay, so pavement marking program bid. If I can get rid of this, why are you doing this to me? Okay. So general info, the replacement, it's just replacing pavement markings on streets, pretty self-explanatory. We do this every other year. We do it as needed, so we do PACER ratings, which look at pavement. While we're doing that, we look at pavement markings and pick areas and places that need to be replaced. Longitudinal lines, stop bars, bike symbols, and turning arrows on streets are tagged, inspected, and those are sent to bid proposal process. This year's program is a little different in that it includes some work for Hazel Park. They had a stretch on John R. that they were looking to get done. They didn't have enough to benefit from unit pricing. It was a really small job, so we bundled it together with our work. I'll talk about it for a second. There's really only one contractor in the area that does it, so they benefited and we benefited from economy of scale as well. So the next thing we're going to look at is just an example. 9 Mile Livernois is one of those sections where we have an intersection where we need to refresh paint lines. So you can just see the crosswalk is faded, stop bars are faded, longitudinal lines, yellow and white are faded, and there's some special markings, turn arrows and bike sharrows, all of which need to be refreshed. And we kind of jump around because this is as needed. We look at all the streets, different locations, and then I should have included this, but we bounce around. We have Allen, Flowerdale, Gardendale, John R. Road for Hazel Park, Kensington, Livernois, Pinecrest, Planavon, Marshall, 9 Mile, Oak Ridge, Troy, Withington, Lindsay Lane, East Camborne, East Drayton, and then there's 7 or 8 more streets. So we really just look at everything, and the worst sections get added to the program. I didn't include it in here because we typically, again, only receive one bid from PK Contracting. That is standard and it's typical for the industry, whether it's an MDOT project, local project, county project. They're usually the people that do it. They're doing the pavement striping for a water main project. They're doing it for our local paving project, and they're doing it for this. So we got one bid. They're, again, typical for the industry. Ferndale's price is $152,496.25. Hazel Park's is $53,000. That's approximately $10,000 less than the engineer's estimate, and they provided service for us 2019, 2021, 2023, all between $140,000 and $150,000 of work. So the timeline, timing can vary, but typically, based on the way we got our proposal out, they'll be beginning in late September. It takes about 2 to 3 days total of work. That usually occurs over 2 to 3 weeks. With these smaller projects, they kind of pepper it into their regular schedule. They're in the area, Metro Detroit, so they just kind of work us in when they can. Lane closures with flagging, so there won't be any actual road closures, even when they're doing intersections like at 9 in Livernois. Use polyurea, that is ready for traffic in minutes, and as long as the work is completed prior to cold weather, we're doing good. If not, it'll be spring when they come back and finish and work on punch list. And that is it for pavement marking.
Any questions from council, comments?
I just want to note that oh, go ahead.
I thought we're supposed to make the motion and then do all of that. We're not doing that anymore? Sorry.
Hey, I'm learning just like you,
Yeah.
right? Okay, okay.
Yes, you can make
All
the
right,
motion, then
well, we'll
discuss.
make the motion first and then discussion, that's right.
I move to approve the bid award for the pavement marking program to PK Contracting LLC in the amount of $152,496.25 and authorize the Director of Public Works to sign contract documents following approval by the city attorney.
Support.
Now we're opening up for discussion.
I just wanted to state that I'm extremely happy to see that we're doing some interjurisdictional cost sharing and, you know, leveraging better unit prices by working with neighboring jurisdictions. And I really hope that this is a sign of more things to come in this regard.
Whatever saves us money.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
All right. We are still learning. And for this one, I am going to ask for a roll call.
Pollock.
Switch it up.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Kelly.
Yes.
Mikulski?
Yes.
Leaks May.
Yes. Motion carries to approve the bid award for the pavement marking program to PK Contracting LLC in the amount of $152,496.25 and authorize the Director of Public Works to sign contract documents following approval by the city attorney.
Through the chair, if I could just make one comment, I apologize, I missed this, that I wanted to mention this. Just for the record, this is coming out of Act 51 dollars and not out of the general fund property tax dollars. So, just so people are aware.
We are moving on to item 8C, approval to purchase 4 replacement light-duty trucks from Gorno Ford in the amount not to exceed $225,000.
Fancy. So I was supposed to have a graphic, I apologize. We do have an old truck and I have a great picture of it. It would have looked amazing. It's filled with rust. So we're replacing 4 older light-duty trucks. That is what this is. They are all roughly 8 years old. These are mainline trucks, and what that means is these are trucks that see service every day. They have a primary staff member assigned to them. They use them a lot. 2 will replace even older backups. Actually, there's 3. So we have 18-year-old vehicle F-150, a 19-year-old F-250, and parking is using a 16-year-old F-150. So the way we do this, what we try to do is we reassign. So the oldest mainline vehicles may not be our oldest backup or secondary usage vehicles, so those will actually go down, and then these 20-year-old trucks will get off the road. They'll get surplused. And then we'll surplus 1201, which I'll get into. That's a project manager for the lead service replacement program's vehicle, and it's a 2-wheel drive, so that has less use for us. So again, these are older vehicles. We discussed fleet a few months ago, but older vehicles equal higher maintenance cost. 2 Ford Lightning are included. We're excited about that because we are trying to adhere to the 15% electrification of our fleet modeled in the, I'm looking at Logan, by 2030 in our climate action plan. So thank you. I'll probably need another backup on that. So we also took 1 250 down to a 150. One of the things that we did is we looked at our fleet. We make sure that the actual usage lines up to the type of vehicle, and if we can use a smaller truck without being affected operationally, we do so. DPW light-duty trucks right now are all universally Ford. Our mechanics have experience working on them. They prefer them. It makes sense to stock all the same model parts because they can be used universally in newer trucks. So the next thing we'll look at, I put together to kind of explain the cost, the total cost of ownership difference between a traditional F-150 with a 5.0 engine versus a Ford Lightning. We are replacing 2 Lightnings. The other one is for our sanitation enforcement position. These are both 2 positions that we kind of designated for EV upon replacement. We've marked 6 of those of our light-duty trucks. You'll see that there's a lot of numbers here, but basically we just take the cost, we look at repair, we look at maintenance. These are all kind of industry standard percentages applied to the total cost of vehicles. So these are approximations, but roughly $1,500 a year per Lightning is how much more we would expect. And again, it gets a little foggy towards the end of these terms because I'm not sure and there's not more accurate data on how to estimate repair and maintenance for Lightnings yet because it's relatively new. But I'll also say that the difference in CO2, 3.7 metric tons of gas for the traditional gas F-150 versus 1.9 for the EV. So for fuel and energy, that's 1.8 metric tons saved. That would put the social cost of greenhouse gases saved at $342 per Lightning per year, and those are based on 2020 numbers. So needless to say, we're using less greenhouse gas. It's better for the environment. So that is a picture of a Ford Lightning. I did have that picture up, so great. Ford Fleet provides the lowest pricing to governmental orgs. So we have started to work again with Ford Fleet. They offer obviously lower prices as the manufacturer of the vehicles than we would see through Enterprise or any other purchasing agreement. DPW lights are included, so outfitting these vehicles is included in these prices. Our price for the Ford F-150 is $48,295. The Ford Lightning is $58,875. So the total for two of each is $214,340. I don't have it in front of me, but I did include some money for contingency in case the cost of outfitting exceeds the quoted price. And that's it for this one.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of 4 replacement light-duty trucks from Gorno Ford in the amount not to exceed $225,000 as submitted by the DPW director.
Support.
All in favor?
Uh,
Oh, sorry.
Did you want-
Discussion.
Oh, right.
All right, discussion.
Through the chair, real quick question. So are we planning on selling the old vehicles? And if so, what do we think we can get back?
We are, and I could probably pull comparables because we have auctioned some surplus vehicles, a little bit newer SUVs. I think we've actually sold a 2004 F-150 recently, so I can put that together. But the ones that we would be selling is a 18-year-old F-150, a 19-year-old 250, a 16-year-old F-150, and then 2016 is 19 years old. But I could put that number together off the top of my head.
It would be
15 to
helpful to have
20,000
that.
maybe.
Yeah, it would be helpful to have the net cost.
Surplus sales estimate. No problem.
Through the chair. I just want to make the comment that the funds used to cover these 4 vehicles will be coming out of the major streets, local streets, sanitation, and water and sewer funds. None of it coming out of the general fund.
Any other comments or questions? We have a motion and we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, the motion passes to approve the purchase of 4 replacement light-duty trucks from Gorno Ford in the amount not to exceed $225,000 as submitted by the DPW director. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Now, we're now called to council, and I will turn it over to the city manager for department head updates.
Let's see. CED.
The only update from, well, I can give 2 updates. We have updated the mayor and Councilor Kelly regarding the OLSA grant. We did select 2 contractors to do the work for about 18 seniors. So that's awarded. The work should start very soon. We have an improved process for round 2. On this one, we're going to create an intake form, and the building official, Scott Worthington, will visit each senior's home, talk with them about what needs to be done, and create an intake form so when the contractors go out next time, they know exactly what to bid. There was confusion this time and some miscommunication. So we're learning. Round 1 was pretty good. I think round 2 will be great, and then we'll go into round 3. And then Councilor Pollock, I had a question or a comment earlier this week about the vacation request that was on the agenda. If you recall, that property from Rosewood to Breckenridge, we vacated the alley. When we went to record the documents, we found that on the southern portion, it was 18 feet. There was some miscommunication between the surveyor or misinterpretation of it. So there's another request to come back with a vacation request for that 8 feet so that the full alley gets vacated. Just want to put that on record. Thank you.
ACM Krazan for Parks and Rec.
Yes, thank you. On behalf of Parks and Rec, this Thursday will be the final movie in the park for the summer season. Activities begin at 8 p.m. The movie starts at 8:45. It is at Martin Road Park on the hill, and the feature this week is Jurassic World. So that's what I've got for you.
Oh, and the Thriving Communities is next.
Oh, yep. Just quick reminder, MML's Thriving Communities program. They're going to facilitate us through a community mapping exercise and the community equalizer next Monday night here in City Council chambers. It's a really good program. They've been doing a lot of trainings lately. And at the MML conference last year, I sat in on that one. And it's really good. I think you guys are going to like it.
EDA.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Out tonight. We are in the final stretch of our Main Street survey. We are encouraging all folks to please visit bit.ly/Ferndale-MSA. It takes about 10 minutes. You do not need to be a Ferndale resident to complete this. We do want to hear from a variety of voices. If you've got friends who come and visit, if you work in Ferndale, if you live in Ferndale or near Ferndale, please give us your feedback on how we can make it the best downtown around. And also a reminder that we are about halfway through our 9 on 9 concert series. We've got some fun collaborations coming up. We had some great dogs at Schiffer Park this past weekend. We've got the curling club who's going to be partnering with us in the very near future, and we'll have a kids day for the closing event. So please check our calendar. There's some great acts, and it's free music every Sunday from 4 to 5 at Schiffer Park with some fun after party options in our nearby businesses. Thank you.
Police.
Evening, Mayor and Council. A few Dream Cruise reminders and updates, public service announcements. On Saturday, vehicles over 10,000 pounds combined or alone are prohibited. If you know anybody that's coming, they're bringing a car hauler on a trailer, it's not permitted on Woodward. If you know somebody coming with an RV, it's not permitted on Woodward. That's only for Saturday. When it comes to viewing, you're allowed in the median. You are not allowed to pitch tents, and you're not allowed to grill. So if you see that, track down an officer, and we will ask them to stop. It's not permitted on that MDOT property, and obviously there's safety concerns there. Outside of that, where it's supposed to be hot, if you're coming out, please hydrate. But we look forward to another great Dream Cruise. Thank you.
Fire. You already knew.
I already knew. So, good evening, Mayor and Council. So yes, just remember for hot weather, this summer has kind of been brutal. We've had a lot of high temperatures, high humidity. Reminding everybody, hydrate, not just water. Don't forget the electrolytes. So mix in some Gatorades or other things that can replenish some of the salts, some of the sugars, because you do need to put that back in your system too. So watch how long you're outside. If you're doing activities outside, don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget about kids when they're playing outside. Ensure they're hydrating. You're constantly having them drink. And don't forget our fur babies either. So if they're going to be outside, we got to make sure they got water too. This heat can get us. I know we've been very busy lately with calls outside of the bad air from the Canadian wildfires, giving a lot of people, difficulty breathing, but a lot of different things. So just try and keep everybody safe. And then we will be out of Dream Cruise. We will be in the median. We will be one of the only ones allowed to have a tent. But we'll be set there so we're visible. People can find us if anybody is having a medical emergency or anything. We post up right at 9 Mile and Woodward, so we're central and easy to get everywhere. We will have a gator, a vehicle that will allow us to access patients very quickly also. With possible couple thunderstorms coming, remind people safety with down power lines, just stay away. Any doubt of trees come down, branches come down. We've had quite a few come down this year. If you're not sure what's in there, just stay away, call us, let us come out, check it out, keep everybody safe. And one final reminder is burn permits. Remind people there's an ordinance, if you want to burn in your backyard, have a campfire, you have to apply for a burn permit, but that does not give you the right to burn leaves, trash, any of those type of things. So get your burn permit, follow the rules, have that fun campfire in your backyard.
Does a burn permit have to be renewed every year?
Yes, it's $25. It's good for the calendar year. So you can renew it in January. It goes for the calendar, so it'll expire December 31st. Renew it the next year. The first year you apply, we'll come out, do an inspection, make sure we talk to you so you know the safe place to have it in your backyard, so it stays a positive event. The renewal years, you just pay and your permit will come right to your email, so you can just do it all right online. We have it set up very convenient through BSNA.
Sorry, through the chair. There is restrictions, though, on certain properties. You have to be certain feet away from your structures, so someone may ask if they could have one and find out that they can't.
We can't, yeah. You have to be 15 feet away from, like, your garage, your house, things that can burn, and you have to be 20 feet away from, like, a fence that goes between you and your neighbor's yard. So if your neighbor has a wood fence, you can't burn right next to it. You have to be 20 feet away from that. So when we come out for the inspection, we do those measurements and show you where your options are. So if you're going to actually install one in the ground, you want to make a more permanent one, I recommend calling us first so we can let you know where you can put it so you don't do all that work and we potentially ask you to move it. So, yeah.
It's tough, so, like, my property is 35 feet wide, so there's absolutely no way I can have one because 20 feet from either fence line.
It can be tough, yeah.
That's all.
All right. All right, then I'm opening it up to council. I will start to my right with Mayor Pro Tem Makowski.
I have nothing further tonight.
Councilmember Kelly,
I have nothing tonight either.
Councilmember Polika.
I have two items. Next Wednesday, August 20th, is the Planning Commission. The meeting is at 6:30, and the only topic on the agenda is the proposed car wash for the Tim Hortons location. I encourage all residents, regardless of where you live, to come and express your thoughts and ideas about this proposed use for the property. And again, that's 6:30 here at City Hall in these council chambers. And the second thing I want to say is I want to congratulate Deputy Chief Spellman on an illustrious career. Thank you for your dedication to our community. You have set an example of exemplary service, and you are a credit to your profession, and I wish you the best. That's all I have, Mayor.
Echoing Councilmember Polika's sentiments, thanking DC Spellman for his service to the city. It's always been a pleasure to work with him and the team, and we'll certainly miss him around here. I'm sure he won't be far. We can call him if we need him, but it will be different not having him around. The only thing I can think of is, as we move into the back to school season, thinking about preparing for that and, wellness and, getting kids prepared to have a school year where they're focused on learning and not as distracted by what's going on in the world. And so, I'm really hopeful that this school year, we can partner with the Ferndale School District to hopefully put on some more activities and events that'll kind of keep kids a little bit more engaged and civically engaged locally, because we know that this is where everything starts. And I find that when folks are feeling particularly pressed or stressed about what's going on nationally, a great way to channel that into feeling like you really can make a difference is to channel that into civic engagement and involvement here in Ferndale. So I'm hopeful that we can work with the schools over the course of this next school year and really find some creative and productive ways for our students to really make a difference in our community, get involved, and do that kind of thing, and really look out for their mental health and well-being. I know adults, we're all stressed, but our kids notice that too, and they feel that, and they sense that, and so kind of not forgetting them as they go into what's already very stressful, right? A new school year, and looking out for their well-being. So I have 2 young nephews, and I know that they're feeling very stressed just about what's going on in the world, and thinking through how I kind of help them as well kind of made me think about what we can do for our kids here in Ferndale. So that's all I got.
So yes, I also want to congratulate Deputy Chief Spellman on his retirement. He will definitely be missed. I think that at every event that he's at, all you have to do is walk up to him and he greets you with a smile. He's just, he's going to be missed. But knowing that he's Ferndale alum means that he knows this community, he knows where to find us, and that he'll be back, hopefully not be a stranger. I also want to just comment a little bit about what Councilmember Johnson spoke about. I do recall last year, the principal of Ferndale High School wanting to offer up students to assist with seniors or those with disabilities for yard raking services. So, yes, so that may be a possibility. I will get that information out to our event planner, Michael Leary, but I know that she did speak about that, so it's probably a good way to ease some stress too.
Yeah.
And earn some credit hours if they're in certain civic groups. Sure. So, but with that being said, I just want to thank not just DC Chief Spellman, but I want to thank, all of you. I know that the city, you've had a rough run and answering a lot of calls lately and a lot of work involved, but you've done a great job. I'm very proud to work with you. I was speaking with someone just the other day, a business owner, and I wanted to make sure that business owner knew that, yes, council, we do build and direct policy, but the real people that do the work are the people that you see every day. So be kind, treat the staff here at Ferndale, City of Ferndale kind, because they do a lot of work. They are the workers, and we're directing, but they're doing all the legwork. So I want you to know we appreciate you, appreciate council as well. And with that being said, I adjourn this meeting. I adjourn this meeting, not call this meeting, at 8:03. Thank you for coming out tonight.